The gel polish has grown out a bit, so of course we'll start our whole procedure by removing it, and then we'll work on the skin, the cuticles, and these leftover bits from the nails. So we've got plenty of work to do here. I start everything with an antiseptic. I use Domix for this. I treat the feet, wipe everything dry, and then we can move on to removal. The work here won't be easy, so I brought a sturdy bit and reliable machine, and we'll begin the removal. I took a green bit to see if I could handle the coating. Honestly, I know it looks pretty funny. The girl went overboard with the coating and openly admitted wearing it that way. She said since August, but I got this pedicure recently at the end of March. Well, yes, she wore it a bit longer, it's not a big deal. But honestly, that's not the biggest problem here. Wearing it too long happens to everyone. Note the side sinuses. There is significant twisting of the nail plates, and various materials have collected beneath the nails and in the side sinuses, including, of course, remnants of human activity, like bits of socks, some skin that's clumped together, and so on. There's a lot of tension thickening, and the nail is very hard and tightly twisted. Naturally, this makes my model uncomfortable. Right now, I really want you to remember this part, this second finger. Just take a look. Well, it might seem like it's just trimmed, nothing special. I asked her how she trims her nails, and she said she uses regular manicure scissors since she's a manicurist. Well, mostly on the upper part. I mean, she mainly does hands, sometimes just a little bit. She does pedicures but hasn't studied podology in depth, though she's considering it. And that's why our work was really interesting. I enjoyed talking with her. We had things to discuss, and honestly, I just love it when professionals come in. I explained that first we would use manicure talc, which we need to properly degrease everything and to make the drill bits work smoothly, and to start the procedure we use a drill bit. Here I have a pedicure bit shaped like a drop with a baton cut, or a little baton basically with these crosswise notches. This bit is from Knits, and I can even explain why this bit has such a cut. The manufacturer says on their website that these kinds of notches on a diamond bit help generate less heat during use. These stripes help the bit stay cooler, making the procedure more comfortable. Please leave your feedback. If you've already tried these bits, they're relatively new for me, these little bars. So far I like everything about them. I find them good and quite comfortable to work with. I chose the bit with the blue band here because there's a lot of very dry skin. I'll say up front, this won't be the only section I use, since I'll need to dig deep. So fans of major cleanups and excavations, grab some tea and cookies. This will take a while and be very interesting. The rest of you will watch and feel increasingly relieved with each frame. Major overgrowths and buildups on the feet naturally cause significant discomfort for the client. Because, it might just seem like a little dry patch, like who cares, right? There's just a little groove from the nail. So as the nail grows, you see here it kept growing and the nail rubs against the skin, and that creates this kind of dry stripe, but it can be complex, and smoothing a stripe like that is often tough. I've already changed the bit here, if you noticed, and I took a blue one as well, but with a sharp tip, because now my task is to carefully file out this groove, and it's important to do it in a way that doesn't remove too much. And I can tell you right away, this is very, very difficult because the work is very precise, and when you're doing all this, it's not even necessarily an awkward movement, it's just, sometimes it happens. Maybe you just get unlucky, your hand slips and you accidentally hurt someone. But at that moment, the client feels great. Well, not when we're making a hole in them, of course, but during the process of cleaning and treatment like this. I totally understood her at that moment, and even I felt relieved with every movement, because I'm the same way. It's exactly the same for me. If nails grow out, they leave grooves anyway. I've already cleaned up here. I'm using Domix foam to help loosen and soften my skin. And I was also hoping that this foam would help me work on her sidewalls, because it's not clear where they go or where they end. You see, right now I'm trying to find the very edge with a curette. Well, there it is. So I also really wanted to show that when she trims like this with scissors, it leads to this kind of unpleasant situation. I showed that there are special nippers, and here I'm explaining that there are straight cutting nippers. Mine are NP 06, and with these nippers, you can carefully trim this wall. When I cut off the wall and removed the fringe, I discovered she had something else inside. Subungual calluses, also known by other names, occur when the nail curls under and rubs the skin, causing it to thicken and sometimes become rubbery. In general, there's a lot of stuff in there, and that also causes pressure and unpleasant sensations. But I don't recommend over-cleaning it, as that can cause everything to grow back more. By the way, I brought a special nail softener. You can see the accident on the second toe. I used a special product to soften the nails. I realized I needed to put a tamponade on her big toe at least. I realized it would be very hard to put it on a hard nail. The foam didn't work well enough in this case because the nails are really, really firm. But this product softens and moisturizes them, making them more flexible. And specifically when it comes to tamponade, it becomes very comfortable to work. Now I'll show you another unexpected surprise for both of us. It was very revealing and noticeable for her, and she realized she had been doing everything wrong before. Let me tell you, here is the second finger. It would seem that everything was fine, but as you can see, there was a real alien hiding there. Look at that big corner. I couldn't reach it before. It didn't even exist. That happens, especially when you cut your nails with scissors. By yourself here, we finished the procedure with oil, so it's important to use trusted products. I often use the Domix brand. It takes time. We finished the procedure and let our sidewalls grow out freely. Later, I asked her to model for the correction system.